Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Powerful on Purpose. And we are crossing our fingers. We're going to get this one out. Had a few technical difficulties behind the scenes. But, this is a place where we talk to amazing women who are using their story to build a business and impact the world. I'm your host, Leslie Capps. I'm the founder of Author in 30. And my goal is to get the words out of your head and into the world where they can begin to make an impact. I'm super excited to share with you today our guest, Sanet, and she is wearing those fun glasses because you will not believe the sunglasses this woman has. If you get into her world, every time she pops up, you're like, what? So, right? I'm a little bit jealous of all the sunglasses, and if I'm going to be in a world, I got to play this game too. Let me give you a little bit of an introduction, and then I will also girl crush on Sanet for just a minute because Sanet is your voice amplifier. She creates spaces and stages for incredible souls around the world to share their brilliance, wisdom, and transformative stories on all her platforms. Through all of these amazing experiences, we create a ripple effect of love, joy, and happiness. Moi. Right? And let me girl crush a second because I hope you will all take an opportunity to step into Sanet's world because she brings fun and joy and laughter back, right? And I feel like sometimes the entrepreneur space gets a little heavy and we get feeling down and like we're alone and we're the only ones out here struggling. And Sanet has done such a beautiful job of creating that space where you're not alone and you feel free to act a little goofy because who doesn't need more goofy in their life? I'm a huge fan of goofy. So blessed to have you, Sanet. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, Leslie. And can I tell you something? And it's not alien, it's the truth. I just wanted to say to be able to create something magical, you have to be light and funny and know that anything is possible.
Oh, double-sided. I like that.
It is just the way it is. So yes, I love my funky glasses. I love to say to people, please try your best to have pockets of happiness every day. I understand you cannot have that high frequency all the time. Your body will not be able to cope. But if you can have pockets of dancing, I love to dance on my forever song, Walking on Sunshine. If you can have pockets of happiness. I just need to tell you something. I went to the dentist the other day. I was early and I was standing outside doing my post in the sun. I think I am superwoman. And I was closing my eyes and I was soaking up the sun and a person came past me. He said, I'm so sorry, ma'am. What are you doing? I said to him, I'm getting my superwoman pose. Or Wonder Woman pose. And he said, why are you doing? I said, I'm early and the sun is so beautiful because it's cold here now in South Africa. It's beautiful and I need some energy. I said, but you as a man can also do it. You can do your Superman pose. But this man was putting out his breast, but I said, I'm sure Superman is not standing like that. Give me a Superman pose. That man jumped up and he was showing, and I said, now close your eyes and feel the sun. I can tell you, Leslie, that guy I've never seen before. I will probably never see in my life again, but he had tears in his eyes after a few minutes. And he said to me, Sanet, this was the most beautiful encounter he thinks he ever had. He will always remember that. So if you can have pockets of happiness, pockets of joy, that will make you fire up your energy and give your sparkles out to the world. So that's what I love to say. If you can give your sparkles out to the world, how amazing will this world be? Because our ripple effect is full of joy, full of happiness and love. So I love to be here on your show. Thank you for having me. And you are quite right. When you are in a business, it's all about business, all about putting the right clients, the funnels, the marketing. But when you take a breather and you think about your essence, the way you are, the way that you are portraying for others, and I do believe if you can give it a little fun, a fun sparkle, There's a different energy. And if you give service with love and you have fun and love in the same sentence, that is miracles. And that is sprinkles going all over the world. So thank you so much for having me, Leslie.
I absolutely so excited when you said yes. So I always like to start, and I think I only know just a little tiny part of this, so I'm curious as well. Like, what's the story that led you to come to this conclusion of online space, right? We need more of this. We're better people. We can then in turn help more people and begin to create this ripple effect.
Thank you so much for asking. So my journey started 7 years ago when I was on a beach in New Zealand. My children and grandchildren are all in New Zealand. And I had to hike a 3 miles or 5 kilometers. I could not get to the cave where my beautiful grandson was already. And I just knew that I need to get to the cave, because what if my grandson say, "Oh, why are you not in the picture?" And then I would have told my grandson, so remember he was not even 4 yet, I would have told him, Omi was too fat. Omi is too fat. She could not get to the cave. And I remember that day I said to God, "Please, my beautiful Lord, I am overweight for so many years. Please grant me the love and grace to help me lose the weight. I will do anything. I will do everything." And that day it was raining and the sea was very rough. And then when I went on my knees and I screamed, I was like so down. I could not get to the cave and felt like I'm going to get a heart attack. God brought out the sunshine. And Leslie, I had enough energy to get to the cave. And that's also one of my reasons why I celebrate my life, the change in my life, because God gave me the permission and He gave me His love. And that's why my forever song is Walking on Sunshine by Katrina and the Waves. So my beautiful Leslie, I had to change my whole life. So I brought self-love and mindfulness into my life. I didn't think about the online space because I was still working in corporate. I had a very senior position in a big bank here in South Africa. But 2020, December 2020, I decided they're going to retrench 86 of us. And I was one of them. I was actually very disappointed because for so many years, you give and it's like they just throw you away. And for 3 months, I really didn't know what I'm going to do. But for many years, I have gathered all my tools in my toolbox, Reiki master. I cannot even tell you how many courses I've done, although I was in corporate. And then I did a mindfulness course as well as NLP course on life coaching in April 2021. And then I thought on my birthday is soon, June 20th, 2021. I said to God, what if I create a group of ladies that can be with each other and in sad times and in happy times? And He gave me Diamond Beauties. And I remember in that prayer, I said, I love diamonds and I am a beauty and we're going to have beauties in our group. And I asked Alexa to play the first song after my prayers to God. And she played. I just said, play a random song. That's all I said. And she played Diamonds Are Forever from 007. And I created a group in August 2021, Diamond Beauties Forever. But with that, I also created my business called Self-Love Ignites Me. Because I truly believe that self-love have saved my life. Yes, I have slimmed down. If you look at the acronym for Self-Love Ignites Me, it spells slim. But in Afrikaans, the word slim means wisdom. And I believe through mindfulness, my slimness in Afrikaans, if I can call it my wisdom, have helped me to be there. So that's the reason why self-love ignites me. And then when I started the group, that first week, I had my first power hour. So in August, we will be having the group for 5 years. We will be having the power hour, although later on it became a TV show, but in the beginning it was not. Not even imagine that I will be going out on TV and be a TV host, but started with the power hour, and 3 years ago we started with the Mrs. Spots, but I will tell you in a minute with the Mrs. Spots. With all of this, if I can give somebody some word that they can put in their heart. Sometimes you are here for a reason. You don't know what it is, or you don't know how to start. So I didn't know how the Diamond Beauties is going to be, and what I am going to create, a magazine and the shows and summits. I didn't know I'm going to do this. But God was so amazing that with every step I took, He opened more doors. He opened more things for me. My own creativity is like off the chart, but I truly believe it's because I have fun-like activities that I'm doing during the day. And I do believe if we can bring creativity in our life more often, we can create magic. So I know it's a long story, but I'm sticking to it.
I love that. Yeah, absolutely. I think it's beautiful, and more people need to talk about those sort of stories, right? Because I think we trust, and it gets a little lonely, and we think, what are we trusting here, and are we crazy? So I love that you said this, I trusted this path, and look where it's led me.
I do believe when I said to God, it's not going to be a selling group. Yes, it's not going to be a selling group. I'm going to have wisdom keepers. Yes. And through the wisdom keepers, we will be inspiring, because here in South Africa, a lot of the older generation, and because of all the stuff happening, a lot of the people have moved out of South Africa. A lot of the older generation is still here in old age home, but they don't have the interaction or the togetherness as a family, because their children and grandchildren are all around the world. And it's like almost our old people. And I'm 61 almost. I'm not consider myself as an old person, or I will say a seasoned person, but our older generation is like, nobody worries about them. Nobody will take up their wisdom. They was almost like they're a throwaway, bath water that was a few people that have bath already in it. So, for me, I really wanted to make sure that our wisdom keepers, the seasoned generation, can give whatever they went through. Yes, maybe we are not in the same situation, because when I grew up, we didn't have television until 1975. So I was, or 1976, I'm so sorry, because 1975, the TV came to South Africa. I was already 11, so I didn't grow up with television as a small child. We didn't grow up with this, but the children grew up with that. But still, there is some trademarks or trade things that you went through that you can give somebody else insurance, a younger person maybe, and say, Michael, you will be able to come through this. You will be okay. So I love that. At that stage, I didn't have wisdom keepers. Currently, I have 54 wisdom keepers in the group, and our group is 1,300 members already. But when I started, that was a wish, and I never knew how it's going to become. I always believe if you know your why, if you're taking the action, inspire action, you leave the how to God, because He is the conductor of this universal world. He will send the right people to you. He will send the right resources to you. And I want to say Bob's your uncle, but I don't know if that's a saying in English, but it just happened. It just happened like that.
I love that. Well, we're learning all kinds of new stuff today. Exactly. So I love this idea of wisdom keepers, right? Because I think it's so true. And there's so much value at any age. I think not only for wisdom keepers or seasoned people relearning or tapping into that youthfulness and the fun and the being goofy, right? As well as kids learning from seasoned people. I think that's really seems to be what you're creating, right? Is a place for whatever age and whatever stage to come together?
When I had my praise with God, when I asked Him for a group, He gave me a vision. So I get my visions, and I also get a lot my visions. It sounds very funny, but I am totally awake visions. And then I get also dream visions. So when I asked God, He showed me, I see it here, the whole world map was there. And there were like sparkles shoot towards each other and connecting. And I was like, what does that mean? I said to God, I love it. It is beautiful. The sparkles connected. But what does it mean? You mean I need to be the connector of the person connecting everybody. And I read like this, Leslie. I love it. I love it. And currently we are in 67 countries all around the world. It's like amazing. And people, we have a men's group as well, but I really want to talk about the women's group. For the last 5 years and everything that's happening in the group and all the inspiration, there's so many people that would have never met if God didn't put it in my heart. This is your purpose, Sanet, to gather a soul family. And I will help you. I didn't know how He's going to help me, but it was not the most important point. The most important point is that I was willing to do the action and to continue. I work, and I work every day in the group. It sounds work, but it's not. I love working. I love going in there. I love chatting. I love seeing people. And Leslie, for me, the most amazing thing, if I can call it like that, when I have a coffee chat with somebody and I see their brilliance and I try to help them understand what I see and I don't see it. And when they come on a summit or they come onto a power hour show and they realize how amazing they are, that realization, when they see it, it's the cherry on the cherry on the cherry, if I can call it like that, because for me, witnessing other people experience their own brilliance that brings them closer to themselves, that loves themselves even more. That is for me. I can say, God, thank you for all the stuff that happened through my life. And thank you for allowing me to witness somebody realizing how incredible they are. So that's my cherry on my cherry. And I love ice cream. And I love to have a cherry on top of my ice cream.
Good for you. Yeah, we should all have ice cream. But yeah, what a beautiful sentiment. And I think you're absolutely right, because it also impacts that ripple effect, right? When one of us can own and claim our brilliance and then move forth into the world and take it out there, then we allow others to claim and own theirs. And I believe firmly that's the way we change the world, right? Is by empowering others to be empowered so they can empower others.
I truly agree. And so many ladies, and I want to say ladies, is mimicking from other people or trying to be like other people. But if you can stay in your authenticness, and my most favorite fairy tale is Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz. And my second one is Beauty and the Beast. But I was fortunate enough in 2002 to go to the Oz Museum, Wizard of Oz Museum in Kansas. So I brought back this ruby shoes, this magnet. And then what I wanted to tell, I always tell people, don't go and search for your brilliance in somebody else's journey. Just remember Dorothy's shoes. She went all over the show and she just clicked and she was home. You just click your own, imagine it, Dorothy's red sparkly shoes, and you go within. And with your magnificent, your voice, your essence, you're able to inspire others. So I do see a lot of, especially the beginning, I see a lot of ladies that try to emanate somebody else. And when they start just being themselves, the energy is right, the frequency is beautiful. So my beautiful, I love it. I love it.
I was like, that was a mic drop. That was like, I got to look for my sunglasses. For those of you who are listening, you're going to miss out on this. But yeah.
off of us. Yes. So, my beautiful one, I believe that all of us is here for a reason. And yes, I'm not everybody's cup of tea. When I ask a few people if they would love to have a dance with me before we start our coffee chat, I had 5 people to say no. No, I don't do ridiculous dancing and I've never done it online. And I said, okay, perfectly. But the thing is, if you don't dance with me when I do my Power Hour show, how would you ask you to dance in front of the audience? Because that's part of what the audience love. They love the glasses. They love the paparazzi pen. And I quickly want to get the paparazzi pen. Here is the paparazzi.
Which is so cool, right? Somebody needs to make this out in the audience, right? Because we need one. We need more of these.
And the viewers loved it. So, but then I got people for the first time that have danced. I had a gentleman that have changed his life through the dancing we had. And then his wife, 3 months down the line, she contacted me and she sent me, first of all, the most beautiful gift. Her words were truly amazing. She said, you gave me back my husband. Because he danced, he didn't want to dance in front of me, and I just asked him to close his eyes and just hear the music and dance. And he started to cry, and she said he changed his life completely. They went for dancing classes. I still hear a lot from them as well. So sometimes doesn't matter what's around you. If you can tap into your own essence, and I wanted to bring your hands to your heart, if you can tap into your own essence and you can create something you enjoy with love, then you will have the energy that will go out to the world and will tell everybody you have permission to be you. That's the only thing that I would love is people to realize they can be them because they are amazing the way that they are. They don't need to look outside for validation or outside for people to tell them yes or no. They can just put their hands on their heart and realize how amazing they are. And I will say, boom, shakalaka, laka.
That's a super beautiful sentiment, right? Click our shoes and put our hands on our heart and go home to ourselves, however that looks. Any last words? And I know you also have a free gift for the audience.
So my beautiful Leslie's beautiful viewers, you are so welcome to connect with me and have a coffee chat with me. So I will be also giving you, your audience, the link so that they can experience something, I want to say magical, something whimsical. I cannot really pronounce that word beautiful, but something whimsical. So that's the best pronunciation I can get to it. Something joyful. So I will be also giving that to your audience, and they can book a coffee chat with me because you never know. Today I've done 753 coffee chats in 4 years and 5 months.
Yeah.
I've met incredible people around the world. And you know, my beautiful Leslie, I realized all of the people, doesn't matter where you're from. You want to be loved, you want to love, and you want to take care of your family. So connect with people because you don't know. So that's my gift. And if my last message is, my beautiful viewers, if you can go at night and you can be grateful for your day, be grateful for the people you have touched, and then you can be grateful for you. Because if it was not for you, it doesn't matter what you have gone through, doesn't matter your history. If you had time to serve others with love, you can be grateful that this is you. So at the end of the day, I will always ask myself, Sanet, did you leave a sparkle in somebody's heart and memory? And I love to say, yes, I did it. I did it because I truly believe my little sparkle have made somebody happy. And with that happiness, that person had made other people happy as well. So my beautiful viewers, just know that you are amazing. Your voice matters and your essence is what we really need in this world. Mwah.
Exactly. Beautiful. Well, Sanet, You always exceed my expectations. I know it's going to be amazing. And whenever I'm in your world, I'm always feel even more uplifted than I imagined. So thank you for bringing that joy and love to this show. Yes. And everybody else, be sure and subscribe, as well as check out the 30-day book challenge coming up, because I am writing a book alongside you. Super excited about that. And even if you don't want to join us live, you can join us on this podcast, because every Thursday we're going to tell you what we learned, what we're doing, how we're writing the book, how it's going. You can come along on the journey with us, because as Sanet said, everybody has a story and every voice matters. All right. Catch you on the next episode.